Hey guys, welcome back to the mini account series. As you can see, I went on a bit of an upgrading spending spree because I went up 2 levels and I got lots of cards from the level up chests and upgraded a bunch of stuff. So let's hop into the first game. Alright, in the first game here, I've got Giant in my starting hand, so I'll go for that in the back. This guy goes for Giant at the bridge. I'll go Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Skeletons. Because he went for the minions, it's going to kill my Skeletons, so his Giant might get one hit, which he does, but that's fine. I'm going to ignore those minions and go for an attack here, because I know I'm up some elixir. Unfortunately, his minions are level 6, so they get lots of damage. And unfortunately, he has a Mini P.E.K.K.A. and cycle as well, so that was a bad play by me. He can just easily counter my Giant for no damage. So, bad start to this game, but as always, it's very possible to come back in the lower arenas. So, at 10 elixir, I'm probably just going to go for minions, and since he doesn't have Mini P.E.K.K.A., I want to go for a Giant push with this. So I'll make sure to Giant now, so my Giant goes in front of the minions, and I'll go Mini P.E.K.K.A. as well. He goes for the arrows. I'll have my arrows ready for anything. Alright, my Mini P.E.K.K.A. is level 4, so it doesn't one-shot the Musketeer. That's another example of levels being pretty important. So I need to deal with this counter push now. I'm just going to go Skeletons on the archers. I'm not going to worry if it gets a little bit of damage on the right, because he already has way more damage on the left, so the 1 elixir Skeletons do a good job there. I'll just go Musketeer in the back. He goes for Giant at the bridge again. I'll just go Goblin Cage for this, and arrows as minions. That was a bad play by him. He just spammed 8 elixir at the bridge, and now when this Giant dies, I'm going to get a counter pushing Goblin Brawler and a Musketeer. Wow, his Giant gets 1 hit, but that doesn't matter too much. He needs to deal with the Musketeer. He goes Mini P.E.K.K.A., so I'll go for the minions. And now that he doesn't have Mini P.E.K.K.A. in cycle, I can go for the Giant. The minions do go in front of the Giant, but it's not the end of the world. I just wanted to spam it at the bridge because he doesn't have Mini P.E.K.K.A. I can fireball the tower and the Musketeer. Taking that value, it's always good to fireball the Musketeer when you can hit the tower as well. So now my Giant is getting lots of damage. I'll just Goblin Cage for this Giant again. And we're actually in the damage lead. I'll Musketeer like this, so we can't fireball the tower and the Musketeer. He goes for fireball arrows just on the Musketeer in the cage, which I guess it was well played. He got 2 Giant hits. 3 actually, but at least he didn't spell my tower. I need to go aggressive, so I need to go Giant minions to get his tower. He's going to Mini P.E.K.K.A., so I'll fireball the tower and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. And that should take his tower, so now I just need to defend for 20 seconds. I'll go Mini P.E.K.K.A. because he's my Giant. Yep. It's going to deal with the Knight and the Giant. I'll cage as well to pull this Giant in, and then arrows those minions as soon as I can, and that should be a good game. There's no way he breaks through with 10 seconds left, and pretty good first game here. I can tell this guy is not his first time playing. This is definitely a mini account from him as well. Alright, in the next game here, let's see what I have in my starting hand. Alright, I don't have Giant, but I can just go for Musketeer in the back. That's probably the best play I have. He's just going to spam everything. I'm going to go Goblin Cage and minions to deal with this. I can go for Skeletons as well to kite this Valkyrie back. Oh, okay. I played the Skeletons a little bit too late, but if I played them a bit earlier, the Valkyrie wouldn't have got a hit on my tower. But it's not the end of the world. I'll just go Mini P.E.K.K.A. on top of the Musketeer. It's going to one-shot it. And then that's going to counter push in the left lane, so he has to deal with that. Let's see what he wants to do. Wow, he just goes for the late minions. Pretty bad by him. My Mini P.E.K.K.A. gets 2 hits. I'm going to kite these minions. So what this is doing, it's counter pushing because I'm defending the minions with the Giant, and then the Giant is going to stay alive, of course, and also counter push. So this is really good. He has to deal with that Giant with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I'll just go for Musketeer on defense, and that was a bad fireball by him. The Giant was going to die anyway. You don't really want to fireball just a Giant. Alright, unfortunately the Mini P.E.K.K.A. runs towards my tower. My Musketeer was like 1 tile too low. I'll just go for minions here to make sure my Musketeer wins the interaction there. So now he'll have to deal with my Musketeer, and he has to go for the archers. And that Musketeer will still get a hit on tower if he doesn't respond. Alright, nice. Alright, when I hit 10 elixir, I'll probably just split my Skeletons in the back. See what this guy wants to do. I don't want to leak, so I'll go for Mini P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge, force out something from him. I'll have my arrows ready. He goes for the Goblin Hut. I can just arrows that on the next Goblin Wave spawn to maximize the value I get. So I'll go Giant first, and then I'll go for arrows now to catch the Goblins. Nice. And then I'll go minions and skeletons to defend this mini P.E.K.K.A. We kite the mini P.E.K.K.A. back with the skeletons, and then the minions will clean up the knight. And they should clean up that spear goblin as well. So now I have a good push going. I can go for fireball on the tower and the musketeer. Or I'm going to hit those archers as well. That's really good value. And then I don't have the arrows. I don't want to overcommit. I'd rather save my elixir for another push because he just had to fireball my giant, which is not good. I can musketeer in the back because he can't fireball it, and I'll giant like this to mitigate the damage from the spear goblins there. Minions will clean up the knight and the Valkyrie. I'll go mini P.E.K.K.A. so this Valkyrie can die quicker because it's level 6. I'm just going to arrows all of this, and that's all dead. And yeah, he's just spamming cards on top of the giant, so he's not going to be able to defend this push here. That's GG. I can just spam more stuff in the pocket to try get his second tower. And that's a good second game. Alright, from the trophy road, we get the Valkyrie or the Tombstone. I'll just take Valkyries. I think I'm more likely to use Valkyrie than Tombstone, so I'm just going to take the Valkyries. And let's hop into one more game. Alright, in the final game here against this guy, we don't have Giant in our starting hand, but I can just go for mini P.E.K.K.A. in the back towards his Knight. He goes for Knight in the back, so that's well played by him. Seems like the Bone Pit plays that I actually know what okay, never mind. He just fireballed the mini P.E.K.K.A. in tower. That's not good. My mini P.E.K.K.A. is going to stay alive. I can get really good arrows value here. Now, the reason you don't want to fireball a mini P.E.K.K.A. it's not a squishy troop like a musketeer. It doesn't do that much damage to it, especially if my mini P.E.K.K.A. wasn't level 4. Like, his fireball would have done like nearly nothing to it, so I'll just go musketeer in the back because he doesn't have fireball in cycle. Of course, if he did have it in cycle, I wouldn't want to musketeer the back because then he can get really good value. He goes for archers in the back and then mini P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge. I'll kite them with skeletons and then kite all of this again with the giant. This is probably going to take his tower because he just spent 8 elixir spamming at the bridge, and I have a really healthy giant, mini P.E.K.K.A. and musketeer going towards his tower now. Just because we did the kite. That was only possible because of kiting with the giant there. So that's like all of his elixir with the knight. He's not going to be able to defend this, and we might be able to 3-crown. Yeah, he's just spamming cards on top of my mini P.E.K.K.A., so of course they're not going to win the interaction. I can go for a second musketeer here when I get the extra space. Skeletons as well. Have my arrows ready. I'll just go for a prediction. He goes for the fireball, but he doesn't hit my musketeers, so I think my musketeers are going to take out his tower here. They're doing so much damage, and yeah, that's GG. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on the mini-series. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas or if you have any questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one.